Hey everyone, in this tutorial we'll build a contact form using React Form Hook. We are going to be using our existing portfolio app project, where we actually have a contact form component that we built in the past week. So we are going to update it by using React Form Hook. Why are we doing this? Well, handling form submissions and form state management can be quite complex in React. And you might be thinking, yeah, but this project is Next.js, but remember that Next.js is just a framework built on top of React. And in the last project, we were building a small contact form, but in real world scenarios, you'll probably have a bigger form and you'll probably have to handle a lot more status. And there is where things get more complicated. When you create a form, it often involves writing a lot of repetitive code, making it hard to maintain and update in the future. And handling successful form submissions and displaying successful messages can be tricky, especially if you need to add validations per field. And the good thing about this hook is that abstract away all of this logic. It makes form handling cleaner, more organized, and much easier to work with. If you are new to my channel or to this project, you can clone the project using the branch that I'm gonna show you in a minute and take it from here. So you can just jump directly into this tutorial and learn how to implement React Form Hook. Okay, we are going to start by making sure we are in the current branch and installing this hook. Okay, so I'm going to take it from this branch, video for final MongoDB. And I'm gonna go to our contact form, this one here, and I'm going to edit this component, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is open a new terminal, and I'm going to install the package. So to do that, you can use any package manager that you use, npm, pnpm. In my case, I use Yarn. Add React hook form. Okay, so a few things. I know a few people are gonna be wondering like, yeah, but this is a dependency. So when you have a dependency, you rely on a community, on the people who have built this hook, this library, and if in the future they stop maintaining it, then you'll have to change your code. But having said that, it's a really popular hook. We use it at work and we have a pretty big e-commerce. But anyway, let me just tell you the good things about using this. It simplifies the way that we're handling by providing a straightforward and intuitive API. So React Hook Form optimizes for performance by optimizing the number of re-renders. And it offers a built-in validation and custom validation rules. This helps ensure data integrity and provides a better user experience with error handling, so you can have an error per field. So a specific error if the user don't introduce the name, and a specific error if the users don't introduce the email. It also has minimal state management. So React Hook Form manages form state internally, reducing the need for additional state management libraries or hooks like the use state. And the best things probably is that it has an out-of-the-box reset that allows us to easily reset the form after the user has successfully submitted the form. Okay, so you don't need to write any clever logic around it. It just does it for you. You just need to use the function that it provides. Cool, it has been installed. And if we come here to the form, at the top, we need to import it. So import use form from React Hook Form. So now we are not going to need this, so let me just comment it out for now. And let me the structure here a few options that we have within this hook use form. So use form like this, and gonna use this curly brackets to the structure, the elements inside, and I'm gonna do register handle submit and form state and reset. I'm going to explain what all of this means in a minute, but this is what I was telling you earlier. All of this code that we are doing here, and even setting up this status for when the message is sent, and then this use effect that we have down here, which is checking if the message is sent and we have a form, then we want to reset the message. We want to reset the form and reset this message. So we don't need to do any of this. This form hook would do it for us. So we can just, I'm gonna need this though. So I'm just gonna leave this one here, but I'm gonna remove this as well. And yeah, let's just leave that one for now. Okay. So I'm just going to comment this out. I'm going to create a new function, so const on submit. This is going to be an asynchronous function, data. And I'm gonna have here the same try catch that we had down below, but we are gonna write it again from scratch. So catch error, and then here, I'm missing the arrow. Okay, in try, we are gonna create a response and fetch. We need to wait for this. Fetch, use the same root, so API contact, just like that, and now curly brackets. And here we are gonna pass the method post and the body JSON, all of this. So let's just copy this. Here, let's just paste this. So we are passing the data, body headers, and so on. And then here we are gonna say if there is no response, if the response is not okay, then we throw an error, which is HTTP error, status, and let's just pass here response.status. Okay, and if here in the cat, we are just gonna console log the error, same as what we did earlier, and we can say there was a problem with the fetch operation, and pass here the error message. Okay, this is complaining because of the type. And but here, as you can see, our types is also complaining. So I'm gonna create a type object here outside. So type form data, and name, we have a name. This is a string. We also have a, let's just actually check what we have, because I can't quite remember. Contact me, this is gonna break. Yeah, okay. And okay, yeah, so we have company email message. Okay, so company, this is going to be a optional string, and email string, a message string. So now we can pass this here to our data so it doesn't complain. Okay, so right now I can get rid of all of this code. You see the difference, all of this. We don't need to set message sends to true. We don't need to do all of this anymore. We can just remove it, and we replace this for on submit. And sorry, on submit, we replace this with handle submit, and here is where we pass on submit. Okay, so we are using this function that we take from use form, and we are passing our operation here, right? We don't need this form anymore either. something really cool that I was saying earlier is that we can use now this reset to reset the form. So here, if the response is successful, then we want to reset the form. Okay, so we save this, and there are other things that we can do as well, because now we don't have the status for if the message is sent or not. So this form state, which we are not using yet, we can destructure it, and we are going to destructure it into error, something that is inside form state, and also is submit successful. So now we can copy this, come down here and replace it here. So if it's submit successful, then the message has been, we want to display this error, the message has been sent. Okay, so now I can get rid of all of these other hooks, and let's just use this register. Okay, this should be errors. Now let's go ahead and use register and these errors. So let's come, actually, let me just pass this form data type to the use form, like this. Okay, save it, and this is complaining because of the type again, and this should be any. This is one of the few occasions where it's okay to use any, because we can literally get any type of error. So let's just come down here, and all of this now is going to be replaced by the register function, by the register option. The spread operator, 3 dots, and now register. And we open brackets, and here we are going to pass the name. So we can get rid of this. If we hover over, it's telling us that name is specified more than once, so this will be overwrite. We open curly brackets, and now we can pass all of these options. So require, this could be true. This is require min length. Here we could just specify 3, like this. But we can be even more specific and open an object and pass here the value 3 and the message that we should have in case the user is trying to fill in less than 3 characters. So name requires at least 3 characters. We do the same with the max length. So max length, and this is 200, so name requires up to 200 characters. Okay. Okay, so all of this, we can remove this, and the same with this min require, min length. Remove all of this, and now I can come here, create, actually, let's just create a condition. If we have errors, which errors name, then we want to print a paragraph that is errors.name.message. And we need to do this for all the other fields. It's really important. This, when we are using this hook, we need to register all the fields in this document. Otherwise, this can lead to unexpected behavior. So we can copy this, come to company, and replace. So this should be 2, this should be 200, and now we can get rid of. This is email. I didn't mean to do that. Fucking dickhead. Okay, we can come to company and paste it here. So now for company, let's just replace this. This value is 2, so we can get rid of this, get rid of this 2. This is not required, and this was 200. Okay, and this is company, requires at least 2 characters, and this company requires up to 200 characters. And we do the same for email. So I'm gonna copy all of this. Before that, let me just update this as well. So errors company and errors company message. And now come to the email, and I'm going to do the same. So required true, this is email, email. This probably should be more like 200. This is required. Okay, so now I can get rid of this. And the message, error, sorry, the error message, yeah. Error email message. Cool. Right. This looks good, okay. And now I need to do the same for the message field. So I come here. So this is message, and this is a list 10 and up to 1000, and this is required. Okay, so I can remove this and I can remove this. I have class name twice. Okay, saved. The message 1010. So now error, if we have errors for the field message, then we display the message of the errors message. Cool. Okay. Everything seems good now, and reset. Okay, yes, cool. Can save this and come to the front now. Just reload. Let's just submit a form first. The message has been sent, and as you can see, our form has been reset. Cool. Now let's start by typing only 2 characters and clicking on send message. It's telling me that name requires at least 3. Okay, 3 characters. I'm just gonna leave this empty as it's not required, and now I'm gonna add 1 character. It's telling me that email requires at least 5. Okay. Cool. And now send message. It's not working because message, yes, as soon as I start typing, message requires at least 10 characters. Okay, now 10 characters, click on send message, and message has been sent. Okay, so company requires at least 2 characters. I type them, send message, and message has been sent and has been reset. It seems like when I'm adding all of this and message, okay, I click in send message. This, okay, this needs to include, actually, let me just refresh. And I'm adding a message here, and I click in send message. The message has been set, but this is not resetting because I don't have anything in company. As soon as I type something in company, then my message has been reset. Do you know why it's that? Stop the video and look into the code and see if you can actually find out why that is happening. Okay, stop the video. Do you know what there is? Why this form is actually not submitting when and not resetting when we are not providing a company, even if company is an optional field. Okay, if we try this and we click in send message, let's just come here, let's come to the terminal. We are getting an error here, which says type error, cannot read properties of undefined. So there is something that is undefined. Right, let's go to our API. So let's go to root. Let's go to root. Let's just make this smaller. And here it's complaining about that something is undefined, and that something is the company because it's the only field that we are not providing. So yes, let's just scroll down, and here we can see that we are running a validation. So we are saying if we don't have name or company or message or email, or the email doesn't include all of these things, then we are gonna say invalid input, fill all the fields. So here in our back, we are actually running some validations, and this is actually running the validations in the back is a lot more important than running them in the front, in the client, because in the client, anyone with a little bit of knowledge could manipulate the DOM, the client from here, from the browser. But they wouldn't be able to do it from the back. So here in this root, we have a bit of an incoherence. So in the form, in the client, in the form component in the client, we said that company is optional. We don't need to provide it. But then in our root API, we said that we need company. So I'm just gonna remove this, save it, and let's just come to the localhost. And let's just refresh this. So let's just pass some comments here and remove the company. And click in send message. And yeah, now the message has been sent. And we can see it here. Database connected, message has been sent. Always check the terminal for errors. Always. And there you have it. I think this is all. Yeah. This is how easy it is to use React Hook form. As you can see, the code is a lot smaller than what we have before. This hook is handling all of these errors for us. And it's specific. This is something that we didn't have before. Now we have a specific errors per field. And yeah, the only thing actually that I would like to do is to reset this message when it has been sent. And that's something that we had earlier. So yeah, that could be your homework. It should be quite straightforward with all the setup that we have here. So go ahead and remove this message after the form has been reset, or maybe just leave it like 2 seconds or 1 second so the user knows the message has been reset, that has been sent, and then this message can go away. So I think this is all for today. If you like this video, make sure to like, share it with colleagues, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, and make sure you click the bell so you are notified when my next video comes out. See you in the next one.